And that's where the FBI comes in. And we've heard reports earlier this week that the FBI has begun investigating whether or not the heads of these VA clinics and medical centers around the country were lying about their performance, were intentionally skewing these numbers and requiring 57,000 people to wait more than 90 days and keeping another 64,000 off the lists in order to win the incentive bonuses that had been set up for them. The irony of all this, of course, is that incentive system was put in place in the first place back during the Clinton administration to try to reduce the backlogs and reduce the wait times that veterans were facing. So there's a sort of a perverse incentive that, or the perverse side effect of providing the incentives didn't actually fix the problem.
I think that what we see now is that basically all three branches of government are going to get really, really involved in this. It's pretty clear that there's at least a good chance that there's going to be criminal indictments for some of this behavior, for defrauding the government in essence. Although we don't know that yet. Obviously, there's been a ton of pressure on the Obama administration to start cleaning this up from the executive side. And I think that what's interesting is that, some people have indicated that there could be some legislative action too. That this is such a broken department that perhaps there's some changes needed from Congress.
And you're listening to the Diane Rehm Show. Let's open the phones. 800-433-8850. Send us your email to drarshow@wamu.org. Let's go first to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Hi there, Tom. You're on the air.
Hi, Diane, and real quick, it's a shame that the most important topic on this program, Thank You, Our Nation, not brought up in the congressional race, is guns. That is the most pressing problem, and our society is so immune to bloodshed, even with children now, that we don't even discuss it anymore. And I'm sure in the 2nd District, those candidates rushed. I'm sure they rushed to say how pro-gun they were. But that being aside, I think you're giving the voters of the 2nd District way too much intelligence. I think they wake up, they go to the convenience store, they remember this working with the radio on them.
You know what? I'm not sure I can appreciate that point of view. I think that's denigrating voters and suggesting that they're not thinking before they're voting. And I think you're not giving your fellow citizens enough credit. However, on the issue of guns, we have certainly seen some bad situations this week.
And there was another shooting this week in Oregon, in Gresham, Oregon, just outside of Portland. It is something like the 75th school shooting since the Newtown massacre a couple of years ago, 18 months ago. It is, and yet again, I mean, I hate to say it, but it's not going to change anything on Capitol Hill in politics. There's simply no appetite in America for tackling gun legislation, even as these tragedies happen over and over and over again.
Annie.
I think it gets to kind of a funny, deeper point, too, which is that immigration is sort of not very many Americans' first issue. It is some Americans' top issue, but not as many as you might think. Same thing with guns. A lot of people hold a strong opinion about it, but fewer than you might think are going to kick somebody out of office for not doing what they would like to legislatively on that issue. The economy, I think, is almost always like number one, right? And obviously that's not going to be true for all voters, not going to be true for all districts.
But you would think that the issue would rise more to the forefront with, as the president said the other day, a gun violent action almost weekly. And the country seems to have become accustomed to that, and it doesn't rise anymore to the top of the agenda.
Well, look what happened when President Obama did try somewhat briefly to put it at the top of the agenda. It went nowhere, and Democrats from red states don't want this issue to come up any more than Republicans want it to come up.
But people are still getting killed, and children.
And I think one thing that we're going to see this year, which is something new, is that there are at least two issue sets on the Democratic side of the equation in which people are actually investing money and trying to talk about. And one is guns, with groups like Michael Bloomberg's organization and former Congresswoman Gabrielle Gifford's organization actually running advertisements defending various members of Congress who have taken pro-gun control stands or advocating for the defeat of pro-gun candidates. The other is climate change. There's a California billionaire named Tom Steyer who has committed to putting about $100 million, half of it of his own money, another half that he's going to raise from other people who care a lot about climate change into some of these other races. So people are going to try to make these a part of the debate. The gun control side, though, is nowhere near that $100 million mark.
Reed Wilson of the Washington Post, Danny Lowry at the New York Times, Rachel Smolkin of Politico. Short break. We'll be right back.
National broadcast of the Diane Rehm Show is made possible in part by Arizona State University, with more than 60 campus degrees now available 100% online at online.asu.edu. By CSX, delivering 2.6 million containers of goods, providing essentials to move the economy forward. CSX, how tomorrow moves. And by Athena Health, committed to helping physicians manage change with cloud-based services plus Epocrates mobile tools. AthenaHealth.com. This is NPR.
You can get the best seats in the house and save. Subscription sales at South Miami-Dade Cultural Arts Center begin June 10th. You can enjoy performances like Guys and Dolls and Jekyll and Hyde, music with the Hot Sardines and Noche Flamenca, dance with Two Dance, and balcony